Alright, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? So today I got a myriad of things, a leftover smorgasbord, if you will. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe. Even if you aren't new, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. I'm gonna say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive for our nourishment, so everybody's now. In Jesus' name we pray, man. All right, so I had some Chipotle. I had all this stuff in the refrigerator and it needed to get ate up. So here I am. Chipotle. I have some New Orleans. I mean, no, not New Orleans. St. Louis style fried rice. My good friend from college, she's in town and she's staying at my place, and she went to go see her nephew play against his school play against OSU, and his parents drove from St. Louis to here, and so they had brought some fried rice, and so she was like, I want you to try this rice or whatever. So she gave it to me last night, but I was up cooking and I just didn't have time to do it, but I was like, I'm definitely gonna tear it up tomorrow. Okay, so I got this red pepper, this sweet and sour sauce, and soy sauce, and I feel like I'm just gonna try it with all. Well, first let's try it without it. Really good. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put these stuff on there. I'm gonna ask her if she eats it with this stuff on here, or do they just eat it like without it. I'm gonna put that little bit of red pepper, not too much, not too much. All right, it's really good, very flavorful. A little bit of sweet and sour, and a little bit of soy sauce. Again, I'm only putting this stuff on here because it was in the bag, so I feel like I should. Very good. I went. I'm gonna get in trouble for this one, but I went to Cleveland. My great uncle passed away, and so I went to Cleveland for his funeral. And most of us that live in Columbus was like, "Oh, we stopping at Kim's to get some before we come back." I say I'm getting in trouble because Calvin has on many occasions gone when he goes. I mean, not every time, but he has. But also, it wasn't planned though. I mean, we was thinking about it, but it was also a repass or what have you, so they had food there, so I really didn't need to get it or whatever. But we were super close to Kim's that I just had to get a post boy, and then I got some wings with sauce and fries with sauce. I got Gavin a post boy. I mean, just that chimichurri. Even though I didn't get home so late, but this boy come asking me for $50 of his own money, but he wanted to move it from his savings to checking so that he could DoorDash. I'm like, dude, there's so much stuff in there. Y'all know it's a stuff in now. Y'all know it's stuff in there. He could have asked me to eat breakfast Chipotle. The rice and the wings obviously wasn't here, but there's so much stuff. He just was looking for something probably quick that he ain't have to cook, but You gonna have to cook. How else you gonna eat? So, he probably, I'm sure he ate something, but waited all the way until I got home to eat the post boy and the wings. Oh boy. Mm. But even though we had just ate at the repast, we all decided we was about to go get some Tim's. But like I said, we was super close. Tim's was off St. Clair. We was real close to Lakeshore. We actually, well, no, the GPS said I was closer to the St. Clair one than the Lakeshore one. But we was off at 185th. Yeah. RIP to my great uncle, man. He was one of the 14 is what we called them, but my great grandmother had 14 kids. She was pregnant 16 times, but 2 of them died at childbirth. And it was only 4 of them left. He was 86, they said. And you just hate to see it, man. But I mean, it was expected. It wasn't unexpected. We were told earlier this year that he had a terminal illness, and the doctors only gave him like 6 months to live or something like that. Because he opted to not. He didn't want to get treatment for it. He was the first, and the first person I had with him to like be in an interracial relationship. And I was a kid. I was a kid when I went to their wedding. My aunt is melanin recessive, and it wasn't weird or anything. You know, it was like, oh, okay. But as I got older, well, I thought it was a flex. I'm like, oh yeah, I got white people in my family. They never had any kids together, but she did have 2 children before my uncle. And, but obviously because of how long they was married for like 30 years. She was his 4th wife. And my sister crazy. She's like, he's been married 4 times. She's like, I'm trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. She is crazy. All right. Let me stop stalling. I ain't stalling, but let me get to what I want to talk about because y'all know I'm get long with it. But RIP to my uncle though. May he rest in peace. And you know, prayers for my Aunt Judy, man. I just feel like that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? To be with somebody every day. You know, go from waking up to somebody every day, and then you know he not here anymore. But he passed away last week, and her birthday was the day before his funeral, and I was just like, and I told her happy belated birthday, and she was like, yeah, this will be a birthday I'll never forget. I'm gonna have to add her to my call list. I'm gonna just call and check in on her. Anywho, so I wanted to continue talking about the band of Misfits. part 2. And I realized, after I got finished talking to y'all last time, like, maybe I didn't even say everything. And I hope I can remember the numbering, but I think I was talking about the new 3. Or what? Yeah. Did I dub her 3? I think I dubbed her 3. And I told y'all she's unreliable. She a liar. Very inconsistent. Very not knowledgeable, but want to be promoted. She, like, this how I know that she just be checking the box on stuff or whatever, or just like somebody told her the steps and she followed them steps, but she don't know why she don't understand the concept of why she's doing those steps. Well, one, I know because anytime you ask her to explain something or ask her to troubleshoot something, she don't know how to do it. But also, like, I be in meetings about the stuff. Now, I told y'all, I have to, obviously, I know high level the things that my team does, but I'm not in the weeds doing it, so I can figure it out. But do I at on the onset know how to do it? Some of the stuff I do, like the stuff that 1 and 2 do, yes, because I used to do it, so I know everything they do. But 3, I don't know all her stuff, but I had to learn stuff because she would be out of the office. Another thing was that, like, she would so on Outlook, you can set your office hours. And so she thought that setting her office hours in Outlook, and thus it's showing up in Teams, that we was supposed to be looking at that to figure out what hours she was working. Bro, no. We had to have me and my leader had to sit down with her one day and be like, what hours are you working? She also is in California. So, and we told her on the onset that you do not have to work. I don't want to know what 6 o'clock in the morning look like. So we definitely not asking you to get up that early. I ain't got my watch on. I have my watch on. We don't expect you to work, hours. You can work later, and it actually will work out if you work later, because like people be wanting stuff after hours and stuff like that, and it'll just be helpful to have somebody online later. Probably be a good thing for her because she can get stuff done without anybody online bothering her. But anyway, she chooses to get up at a ridiculous time during the day and work. So I'll be on meetings, just me being a fly on the wall for real. But that's what I'm supposed to be. When people want to talk about stuff that she was doing. And so it's just quieter than a mouse. And was always confused, like, why am I talking more in this meeting than you are? Yes, I'm the leader of the team. And I don't do a high level overview, but like if they asking you specific details about something that you completed, why are you quieter than everybody else in the room? She was always, or is always, quick to say she don't know something. I remember we did this project, phase 1 of this project, and Calvin was leading it. And now, because she be out of the office, we can't always just reschedule a meeting. We just was still having the meetings anyway, and then we would just, up to her to get filled in on what was discussed in the meeting. This is a Khalifa Farms, I think it's medium roast. And then they had a apple crumb pie creamer. So good. And I got lucky, the creamer, because I guess they had the holiday. This was maybe a Thanksgiving flavor. I don't know, because they do have Christmas ones that look like, just from the decorations on the bottle. Or maybe this was a fall flavor. It was only 99 cents. I got 3 of them. And then they had a pumpkin spice latte. If you ever seen the bottles of Khalifa Farms, I mean, it's like a big old bottle, and that was 99 cents. I should have got more than one of those, but I was just like, okay, it's not. But I mean, they are good. They don't like expire soon or anything. It just probably was just out of season. They're trying to make way for a new holiday stuff. Anywho, so Calvin led this project, and either she would be out of office, or she would be on that meeting, and this has happened several times. Either she missed a meeting, or she would be on a meeting and then try to say that she didn't know or wasn't aware. Girl, we was all in that same meeting, okay? And we all got the same information. So how everybody else know, but you don't know? But that was always her excuse. If she didn't do something that she was supposed to do, oh, well, she ain't know. Girl. Now it was making everybody mad. The project that I'm sure I was talking about last time, that she was supposed to get done, is just gonna help create efficiencies for the team. She's supposed to automate something. Now, I bet you her resume would show or showcase that she's just this like technological guru. Okay, she done did all these extra trainings to learn this technology that she don't know how to use. But when you ask her to do something with said trainings or technology, she can't do it. And she talking about she just at a, what she say? She just at an entry level. She feel like her knowledge base is at an entry level as it pertains to technology. Don't put it on your resume. Don't put it on your resume. She got in her email signature, she's showcasing how much of a SME she is in the technology stuff. Take that out your signature, because you got her false advertising. So when it come down to it, you don't know really what's going on. But oh, you just a subject. You just learn all this technology, girl. What else? There's so much stuff. We'll call one was the one that retired. We had a new one. When the new one came, 3 was supposed to train the new one on the 3 tasks, the tasks that only the 3 position did. And why, like, when did the new one started? Back in May, maybe? Why is new 3? It's now just November, almost December. Why is new one had to go to the old 3 to get training, and still is, because the new 3 don't know what she's doing. She don't understand her job. She don't know what she's doing. And when asked questions or trying to train the new one, it's not really going well because she don't understand it. And it's actually hilarious that new one has pointed this out quite a few times. She didn't I mean, she didn't call it. She didn't hit the nail on the head. I hate to even give her any kudos, so I'm gonna get to her in a second. Or any nod of positivity or affirmation, because, but she's not wrong. She said, well, it's kind of hard for me to learn from one when she don't really know what she's doing, and then two, don't do what he supposed to be doing. Like, so anywho, the new three supposed to be training the new one, and has not been going successfully because new three don't know what she just doesn't understand the work or whatever. And then I had told her one day that she needed to make sure that there were SOPs out there so that it would be easier for, like, because she was complaining. First of all, she was complaining that new one was constantly reaching out to her to, like, help understand or train on task and stuff, and she was acting like, you know, it was prohibiting her from getting her work done and stuff like that. Like, it was just overwhelming and time consuming because new one, not only, you know, she asking questions to understand so that the next time, like, while she's training, she can, you know, learn, and then the next time she does it, she understands what's going on conceptually so that, you know, the steps make sense or whatever. Makes sense. But she was complaining that new one kept reaching out to her, and I was like, well, you know, something that would be helpful is if you know, there were SOPs out there so that new one could just go out there and look at those and follow those and then ask questions if she has them after she looks at the SOPs. Child, why new three tried to get smart with me and say there's SOPs out there? One, I know that they're not out there. I know that the ones that new one needs are not out there. Smart Alec. Also, if they was out there, I don't feel like she would have as many questions because the SOPs would spell out everything that she needs to do. They're not out there. And I've been singing, screaming, and Calvin has too, because he had put together we had a whole little project to update and or create SOPs that's not out there. They ain't do it. Old 3 didn't do it. New 3 ain't do it. And now 1 still ain't doing it. I keep saying, it's just like, if y'all don't do this, it's only gonna hinder you, okay? So do you think that she still didn't create said SOPs so that new one could get off her back? But also very hypocritical because new 3 was still reaching out to old 3 to learn her job that she'd been in for 2.5 years and still doing it. So you criticize a new 1 for doing the same thing that you've been doing. Like, literally, old 3 reached out to me and my leader to say that she felt overwhelmed. Same thing, felt overwhelmed because new 3 kept reaching out to her for help with stuff that she knows she done trained her on already. But, you know, new 3 probably ain't take no notes. And it'd be so funny because Calvin don't play that. Okay, Calvin said he don't wipe and diaper. He not about to, he gonna tell you one thing. He gonna show you how to do it, train you on something. He gonna make sure that you taking notes. And then if you ask him to do it, you ask him about it again, he gonna be like, well, where your notes at? Refer to your notes because I'm not showing you again. And while it is very funny, and some may think that it's mean, but it also holds people accountable because did you even try before you reached out to me to do it again? Or where are your notes? Maybe you did. Or let me not say that he makes sure that they take notes, but he does recommend or tell them to take notes. Now, whether they do it or not is on them, because if they try to reach out to him again, you're not gonna get what you're looking for. Calvin don't play that, okay? So yeah, the SOPs ain't out there. They still ain't out there. And therefore, she's still gonna keep getting bugged by one until she do what I told her to do. And the thing about it is, and when I have to create an SOP, yes, it is a little time consuming, but it will save you a whole lot of time on the back end. And as I'm working through whatever task it is that I have to do, I'm just taking my screenshots. So I like to put screenshots, okay? Because I want you to see exactly what it should look like while you're doing this process. I put my little screenshot in there, and then I fill in the words or whatever. You could, heck, use Copilot, aka Microsoft's version of ChatGPT. Make it easy on yourself. Like, it's not that hard. And these people say they did it. So, I don't know. If I think of more stuff, I'll come back to new 3. But new 1. New 1 came from what we know to be a high volume, highly deadline driven team. And the process or task that she did on her old team is a big part of new 3's job. Like I said, she does half of this one piece and then half of what the other 1 and 2 do. And we hired new 1 because she had experience and the majority of the new 3's like other tasks. Child, now new 1's old team, they had hundreds of the tasks that we specifically thought she would be good for. She had hundreds of these to do on her old team. She only has 7 to do on my team. And if I to, well, actually, I will say I think the November ones wasn't late, but every other month there have been late ones and stuff. And we're just confused because, like, ma'am, I know your old team was, y'all had more. What's that? I mean, I understand that the accounts that she's looking at for our team are a little, like, it's just different. It's not the ones that she was looking at. But I feel like conceptually, you know how to do this. So, what are we doing? So, like I said, she has been failing in that. Basically, it seemed like she just talked real fast in the interview. She did a lot of talking and no performing. This girl, she definitely is, she want everything to be her way or the highway. Okay, so she think that she swear. I bet we've heard her say, or not. Well, heard her say, but also she has been talking about my team to other people in the company, saying that we're very disorganized. We don't have any SOPs, and you know, we doing stuff wrong and blah blah blah. And girl, this girl came on the team day 1 trying to fix stuff, and it's just like, you literally don't know what you're doing. You are new. Right when she off the bat, she came in rubbing people the wrong way. I was really excited. I was very excited. Me and Calvin both participated in the interview process for the candidates for old one's role, the one that retired. And this was my choice. Me and my leader thought that this was the best one. This was not Calvin's choice. He said that he could see right through her. Calvin's number 1 person. I feel like they just like, my thing was that I just, and obviously it could just be she just didn't interview well, but she answered the question that we asked. Like, and I ain't like that. Anywho, we got twice. Well, actually 3 times, because 2 ain't good either. So new one, we had this right when she joined the team, we had this all day. It was like a 3-day meeting, all day 3-day meeting. My leader came in from out of town, and basically we got moved under this team or whatever, and it really was just to like kind of document our process, see what document our process, see what we do, see what improvements we can make and stuff like that. Like, so basically her whole thing should have been to sit in that meeting and listen. For real. Because she was still very new and she didn't know nothing. Okay, she was sitting there saying stuff that wasn't true. It wasn't just not accurate, and I had to shut her down a couple times. I mean, we all did, or like redirect the conversation because she was just saying false stuff. Like, I remember she said that we didn't have SOPs. Yes, we do. You just don't know where they are. And if that's the case, all you got to do is say that. But we do have them. Our processes are documented. Like, you just don't know the ropes because you're new. So she was in that meeting and she rubbed probably everybody the wrong way. She also is just very long-winded, and she just was talking. And it was so funny because Guy was so mad. He was like, the stuff that she was saying was false, but the people who was leading the meeting was writing it down. And it was so bad. I forget what else she said, but she rubbed everybody the wrong way. And it just becomes the #1 show because she just get to talking and it just got to be all about her. She can't, and then she want to go back and forth with us about stuff. Like, she is very argumentative, combative, like, and it's one thing to be curious and want to just asking questions to understand, but it's another thing to like really be sitting there trying to prove us wrong about stuff that we know about. You don't know. You haven't been here. It's better to just ask a question, but to sit here and be going back and forth with somebody about some ish that you don't know. This girl, I mean, the way that she behaves is just like it begs to question how is she a functioning adult in society. Like, she tries to say that she tries to say that the work that she has on her desk. First of all, in the interview she said she like to be busy. She want to be busy. She don't want no downtime. She likes to stay busy. You busy and now you complain about it. She gonna say that, or she has recently tried to say that she feel like the work is too much for one person. Girl, we send tax payments where they need to go. We file taxes with different municipalities as it pertains to our associate pay. And I think it's once or twice a month. For the state of Ohio, we have a lot of locals, and they require us to file a paper return and send them a check. I think we've explored trying to make it electronic, but we aren't able to. And she's very nitpicky. I'll get to that here in a second. We get a bundle of checks or whatever for a state of Ohio twice a month. You got to print the return off. All you got to do is match the return with the check and put it in an envelope and mail it out, y'all. It can't be no more than, I don't think it's hundreds of checks. I think it could be like, I just did it like the other week. Granted, I don't think it was all of them, but I did quite, I mean, it was like 10 of them maybe. And the only reason why it took me a little bit longer is because I couldn't figure out, they moved our printer. And two, I couldn't remember how to, they're called Avery labels, and I couldn't remember how to put the labels in the printer so that it would print the addresses on there, so I don't have to write the address on each envelope. So that's the only reason why it took. I mean, but literally, it took me all of maybe like 10-15 minutes, the whole little process or whatever. In which I had to do that because she kept. I guess she was sick, whatever. But other band number 2 was not in the physical office, but I happened to be in the office that day, so I mailed it out. Now, she act like the matching of these checks takes her a half a day to a whole day to match. It is never that serious, y'all. First of all, she has been trying to nitpick what the check says versus what the return says. She has sent me, she wanted to mind you, this is very minute, and these municipalities ain't never sent a check back. They always cast a check. Okay, so she sent me a correction or update she wanted me to make to a vendor, somebody we submit a check to, where let's just say, for instance, if it was there like THEIR instead of THERE. Girl, it say the same thing, and it's going to, as long as the address is correct, like who it's addressed to, girl, don't nobody care. They don't care. You're sending the return so they know what it's for, and they're gonna cash that check. They do not care. So the fact that you would sit there, and then she was acting like it was all these vendors that was wrong. Y'all, I still ain't got the list. And the thing about her new thing that, or this thing that she like to do, which I don't subscribe to, you gonna have to send it to me. She like to put something somewhere and say, oh, I put it there. Midnight, how was I supposed to know to look for that there? You just be putting stuff there and then think that people's supposed to be coming behind you and checking after you. No. The latest thing that she has, that so that's what I was talking about being nitpicky. Like, they don't care about the name not matching exactly to the return. The address is correct, the amount is correct, and we send in the return with the check, so they're gonna know where it needs to be applied to, who it came from, and who it should go to. You feel me? Like, what are we doing? And that's, she gets lost in these rabbit holes that are not value added. I could see if we have been getting return checks because things haven't been correct. By all means, update it. But we literally have never gotten a return check, not because something was misspelled. Maybe we sent something to the wrong address, or it was a missed payment or something like that. But never have they returned it because the something was misspelled. They ain't doing that. They cashing them checks. So, she get lost in these rabbit holes, and then she wonder why she doesn't like meet her deadlines, isn't efficient with her workload, and can't manage her desk. Like, because you doing other stuff. I haven't been in the office or seen her. Like, usually I like to work elsewhere in the building. I don't like to go to my desk because I'm like a rebel when I calls, because I want somebody to say, oh, she don't be here. I do be here. Do you know that? Do you know where I be working? Like, do I have to work at my desk? Like, I just be wanting people to say something to me so I could say something back. But anywho, but she be on the phone. People be saying that she be on the phone. She be talking to her old team, or just unnecessary phone calls in general. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because if I'm at work, I'm gonna be on the phone. But guess what? My deliverables gonna get done on time. I'm not missing deadlines because I'm doing stuff that other than everything else other than my job. And I've always been a person who works efficiently and works smarter, not harder. I truly believe that you do not have to work your full 8 hours every day. You can work a couple hours and I could literally sit at my desk. I could work a couple hours every day or one day, and I can get everything that I need to get done, and then goof off for the rest of the day. But know that I got my work done. Like, it's just not that serious. Like, I don't have to be glued to the screen for 8 hours to, like, I'm not a person that need to be showing, oh, I'm working. I don't believe in that. I still get my work done. I excel, and I've been working this way for a long time, and you know what I'm saying, I'm a good worker. So I don't know, but yeah, so she made the excuse that, she didn't know where to start. She didn't know how to manage her workload. So this past, we get busy quarterly. So this past quarter end process, I came up with a schedule for her to complete her states that she's responsible for. I came up with a schedule that of these are the states that you need to complete every day. When I tell y'all it was something every day as to why she didn't get the previous or the list that I had made for that day, why she didn't get it done. And then, like, one thing that burned my bacon that she told me was that so we use this tool to manage their tasks or what have you. And she told me that I could just go out there and look at the tool because she marked whatever she had completed out there. I'm giving you an opportunity to tell me what you completed, because if I go out there and look at it, it's going to tell me that ain't nothing changed from when I talked to you yesterday or the day before that and today. It's going to tell me that you haven't done anything. So I need you to tell me what did you do? She started using the list, so I gave her a list in Excel for the schedule. She added multiple columns in this Excel spreadsheet or whatever to, like, I guess this was for her own little tracking purposes. And one, she had made mention that she was keeping track in multiple places, and it was just like, girl, I ain't asked you to do whatever you did to that Excel spreadsheet. The only one that you're responsible for is the tracking tool, and then maybe she was updating somewhere else. I don't even know where that is. That also doesn't have anything to do with me. When I ask you what you completed, and then she was talking about that was taking time trying to track. The thing is, if you was actively working, if you were actually working and doing what you're supposed to be doing or doing your work, then if I ask you what you did the day before, you should be able to boom, 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 boom. Like I was having a meeting with her. In addition to the schedule, I had a meeting with her every morning for like 15 minutes throughout the quarter end process so we could talk about a plan for her or whatever. So it was really just to help her stay on task because she gets off task very easily. And we was just like, we cannot afford to not get this stuff done on time. We have a strict deadline. It has to be done 30 to 31 days after the quarter end, no exceptions. And so, even though like quarter two, she had something that was late and she didn't do them until right when we was about to start filing for quarter three. So that's one thing. But then, yeah, so I was meeting with her every morning, and I feel like, and somebody made this comment, they was just like, okay, I could understand the very first meeting. You didn't know what to expect because this was the first meeting. But after that, I literally asked the same questions. This meeting is only 15 minutes. All I want to know is what you did yesterday and what do you plan on doing today? And every day it was an excuse why she couldn't get it done. My leader ended up being out of office for like on a leave. And so her leader would join 1 week of the meetings or whatever. And it was exhausting. It was literally exhausting because she had every excuse. Oh, I did this. You ain't none of that translating to actually getting your returns done, what you needed to be doing. Like, and so then another thing is that she sat there and spent time now this is the quarterly thing is something that 1, 2, and 3 this is the thing that they all do. And so I have to check for quality assurance purposes. I have to check some of their work in the quarterly process just to make sure that it was done right or whatever. And so, she was like, well, will the list be the same every month? And I was like, no. I mean, every quarter. I said it shouldn't be. It honestly shouldn't be. I should be picking different ones every quarter, because they could technically just, if I gave them the standard list, then they could just do those same, like make sure that those are good and then mess up everything else. I really shouldn't even tell y'all, which ones which ones I'm going to review until I get ready to review it or whatever. And then she was just like, I was like, well, she just asked, will they ever change? They might. I don't know. But I can't tell you that. Like, for review purposes, I can't tell you that. Like, just know that you're gonna have something that you need to review every month, every quarter. You'll know at the beginning of the quarter end process which ones those need to be reviewed. But be on the ready, because it could be any of them. It could be the same ones. It could not be. I don't know. So anywho, I have some that I have to review. They have to give me, for the ones I don't review, they just have a couple, like maybe at least 3 items that they have to save down in a folder, or upload to the little tracking tool or whatever, to show that they completed it or whatever. But for the ones that I need to review, I asked them to give me a little bit more information. This girl sat there one day and went through for all her states, getting together screenshots and the information that needed to be saved down or whatever, like the reports that she would use for not only just the ones that I review, but all of her states. She spent a whole day doing that. It's a waste of time, because you still gonna have to go and review those when you actually get ready to do the state. So why not just do it all in one fell swoop? Another thing is that she's all over the place. She's like picking up one state, putting that down, starting another state. When I was in the role, I did everything that needed to be done for one state so that I could be done when it was done. The only exception for them is that we have a sister team that does the same thing that we do, just on like a individual contributor side, or 1099 basis. And we have to get information from them to combine some of our information. So that's the only, those states do they need to, they're gonna have to go back and do something with that information once we get it. But other than that, I would, and I've told her this, I'm like, I would just do everything for one state, so that when I'm done, and I don't got to worry about or think about, well, did I do this? Did I do that? Because then that's another thing. It's taking her time to figure out where she left off. What's she doing? Like, girl, if you had just did it all, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But also, if you were just more organized, then you would know. Like, my biggest thing was that she gonna tell me to go look out in the tracking tool. And she been doing that a lot lately. Like, when my leader asked her for something one day, and she gonna say, well, it's out there in this thing or whatever. So my leader, and then the new 3 chimed in, was like, yeah, it's out there. The whole team uses it. 2 don't use it. So the whole team ain't using it. And furthermore, it was a clusterfuck of, excuse my French, it was a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo in this thing that they wanted her to go out and look to get this information that we needed to try and help make their life easier. And I had, when she first said it in the meeting, I was like, can you give her this stuff by Friday? Because why are you even it's like talking back. And I know that they as adults or whatever, but like, if the CEO of the company asks you for something, you gonna make him go out on a shared drive that he probably ain't even got access to, or are you gonna give him the data that he asked you for? Like, I'm just trying to figure out where your mind is that you would even make a leader go and look for something versus you just giving them what they need. And I don't care if I don't want to provide it. If it was me, I'm gonna gripe and I'm gonna stump and I'm gonna drag myself to do it, but I'm gonna do it. You feel me? So like, girl, what are we talking about? So that was that. I mean, that thing that she's been doing. So yeah, and like I said, she's very unorganized. Like, I try to help her stay on track, and she's still up. And then the thing is like I said, we have 30 to 31 days. The first week we're like fixing, making sure the data is good. The second and third week is what we need to be filing, and then last week I want them to be done with filing all their stuff except for any states that gave them problems. She was still filing on the last day of the filing period. It's like, girl, we need to be done, because if you still file on the last day, then you can't troubleshoot nothing. You can't fix nothing. All right, this is getting kind of long. I'm gonna have to come back because I got a whole number. The new one, that's the one. If I had to, I could deal with the new 3 over the new one, but the new one gotta go. Got to go. And we're gonna talk more about her. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us, because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one.
She's a real girl in a food world. She's a great catch and she cooks for